Okay, let's get into the general stock market technical analysis. We're going to go through some broad indices, look at the Qs, the tech sector, and individual trade ideas, and we'll go ahead and wrap up, guys. Guys, drop me a thumbs up as I go along. If you find value in the content, then leave a thumbs up. And if you're new, check out my stock market technical analysis course. I put that together for everyone. I priced it so that it's affordable for all, and it's available as a resource if you haven't used it already. Okay, guys, link in the description below on that one. All right, triple Qs. Here we go. Looks like we're heading lower. We've got this bear flag. I've been kind of drawing this out, but here's your flagpole. We flagged out for several weeks, basically, and then we got a continuation on February 11th. Little counter trend bounce, but it looks like we are resolving to the downside. Little more work to do, but ultimately, as far as I can tell, looks like we are heading lower down to our next target. I think we're probably going to hit this 316.43 right here as our next target, and possibly lower. We could go down to this 300 area right here as the next level of support. This is really good support here at this 300. You can see we had a reaction here. We held resistance, 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 and then it was support and support. So very good level right there, very solid level. I think it's likely we are heading down there as we continue lower. Okay, I don't see any indication right now that we are not going to continue lower. If I look at the hourly chart here, we are starting to, there's no divergence basically. So what I'm seeing is we had an uptrend, a counter trend rally. So we're in a downtrend. That's obvious. If you look back, you go to the weekly chart or the daily chart, you can see we are making a series of lower highs and lower lows. We had a counter trend rally. Momentum was moving higher during that counter trend rally, and now we're continuing the downtrend. Okay, so I'd expect prices to continue to drop. Looking at the SPY, if I go to the daily chart, it's really the same look here. We broke trend. Major trend is marked here in red. And again, I'll just point that out on the weekly for anybody that's new. This is your 2009 lows. So this is your whole bull market since 2009. If you've only been trading since 2009, then you've only known a bull market. So it might be a little difficult to spot, what a bear market looks like. And we're still early, I think, in what looks to be like we're setting up for a bear market. I think we're still early in that. But it does look like we are heading into one so far. So here's your bull market on the weekly chart. You can see support, support, support. We've held this trend. We started to break it back in 2018. Broke here. The Fed tried to save us. All they did is do a back test right into resistance. COVID hit. Boom. The Fed tried to save us again. All right. Now the Fed's got inflation to deal with. They can't save us. So the market has been rallying. Here's your sell signal on the weekly chart. We broke back below that trend line. The market is trying to go into a bear market. It wants to sell off into a bear market. The Fed keeps interrupting that and not allowing that. But as far as I can tell, we broke. We had a little flagging action, and now we're going to continue to the downside. So I'd probably look. There might be some big selling coming tomorrow, just with this weekly chart candle. I think we're likely going to, have a pretty good sized down day tomorrow and have a pretty solid red candle on the weekly chart. Looking at the daily, again, you can see we're just continuing to resolve to the downside. We need to take out the recent lows right here, but ultimately it looks like, we're going to sell off and probably sell off overnight with a gap down tomorrow. If I had to pick one or the other, that's probably what I would say is going to happen. And we're going to resolve to the downside. Most likely, that's going to set us up for a move something like that. Down to about 409.50 with a potential down to this 400 area. Okay, so I think this is the area I think we're heading to on our next leg down, and then we'll probably find some support and get a bounce down there. Okay, IWM. So IWM, if I look at the hourly chart, I'm kind of trying to draw a benefit of the doubt trend line. And it's kind of right about here. We've got a couple reactions right down in here. We've got one there. We're starting to break that. So if we do break and get that close, maybe we sell off into the close, then likely on the daily chart, that's going to play out for our flag pattern, which as far as I can tell, looks like this. And then we flagged out for a couple weeks, something like that. And then we continue the downtrend. And, you know, it's pretty much putting us to this target here at about 170. All right, it's right there. Good support back there. You know, you can see that was kind of your former pre-COVID resistance level. So to come down and test that makes a lot of sense technically. So that's what I think we're going to do. And that, from where we're at right now, would be another drop, another leg down of about 15.5% to our next target. Okay. I like that, and I think we are going to continue to trade down. Okay, oil. So oil looks like we have a sell signal today, at least on the oil futures. This is CL, oil futures, on the daily chart. You can see we've basically been built, you know, nice solid uptrend here on oil. Don't really have clean negative divergence. If I zoom in, I'm sure it's there on the hourly, but not on the daily. If I look at the hourly, you can see, yes, we have been dropping off here on the hourly, on the momentum, and kind of spiking here and making divergent highs. So divergent high, that was kind of a divergent high. And we do have that sell signal now on oil. So looking there, we've got a break, likely going to close down. And oil has been extremely strong, but I think it's a pretty crowded trade. I know retail trade is starting to show up there, and it tells me that we're likely going to get a pullback in oil. And if we're going to see a broad-based market sell down for the next leg lower, oil could easily, and should rightfully so, trade down as well, because it is kind of an economic play. So as far as I can tell, we've got a breakdown in oil, we've got a sell signal, and I think we're likely heading a little bit lower. I'd look at about this 85 area as our next target here, and probably the 200-day moving average as maybe a final target. I think we'll hold at the 200-day moving average because oil does look like it's in a bull market. But a test of the 200 would make sense. So something to look for there. And guys, I don't have a whole lot else. I did put out a gold stock video. So if you're interested in gold stock specifically, they're all breaking out to the upside. They all look pretty strong. So check that video out. And, you know, right now, you know, I'm basically shorting tech and long gold and gold mining stocks. So short Nvidia, short GameStop, short Tesla. I'm looking for those high-flying tech stocks that everybody's been hiding out in. I'm short XLK, and I'm short IWM, which is the small cap sector, guys. Okay, so I'm gonna get this video out there, and I will catch you guys on the next one.